me and my daughter, we were playing, and it turned out she hit me with something. That's what the nose got affected by. So ignore that. But we have something interesting to talk about today. I'm going to ask everybody, what do they believe in Valentine's Day in this generation? It sounds like pretty interesting, and people can talk about it. Me, Valentine's Day, I never really waited on dates. I used to bring a deck of candy bars, whole bunch of stuff, and I used to give it to my friends every year on Valentine's Day. I didn't care if a guy asked me out on a date or not. I had my own thing. So I'll give it a few minutes and let everybody enter. I know I started a little bit early, but yeah, I'll give it a minute or two for everybody to enter the room. And honestly, Valentine's does not feel like anything what it used to be. It just seems like an ordinary day, like every other day. Nothing like what it used to be, I can say that much. But yeah, I'll give it a few minutes or two and let everybody come in slowly, slowly. An interesting day today, huh, guys? I know my sister, she would go with her husband and they would always go on fancy stuff. I think after my Israel trip, I am so done with fancy restaurants. That's like the heaviest fancy restaurants I've gotten to ever since I went to Israel. Fancy is as fancy can get. After that, I'm just like, yeah, no more fancy restaurants at the moment. And my friend, when I introduced her to Patio by La Basha, that was a very good restaurant, right, guys? And then after that, she started going with her boyfriend nonstop. When I asked her, how about me and you go? And then she tells me, oh, I went with my boyfriend way too many times, and now I don't want to go. And I'm like, okay, how is it that when I show you a nice place, you always end up going with your boyfriend and not me whenever I want to go for seconds? But hey, when you find something good for your friends and good stuff for your friends to like, you're remembered for that. And that's pretty much how I was in high school. I never really relied on somebody to ask me out on a date, even though guys would always get curious, like, why are you not into dating? Or is it because you're a religion? They would ask me that. Well, I have many friends who were Muslim who did date, and then some of them who didn't date. But me, high school is just like, after incidents, whenever I speak to people like guys, girls, all of them, dating was just not my thing in high school. And people would get so mad at me in Valentine's Day, like, don't you ever like to date? I'm like, I do, but just not in school. School is not my thing, yo. I like to be with friends more, and guys would always end up calling me like, are you lesbian? Are you, like, what are you? Why don't you like to date? I'm like, not here. It's not that I don't, it's just not in high school. High school is just like, not the place. What's up, guys? No, I'm not gay. Not at all. I just know how to have fun. My experience in high school was never boring. I can tell you that much. And Valentine's Day, people choose dates. I would bring like that little chocolates for my friends from my mom's retail store. And I would give it to all my friends one by one each day on Valentine's Day. Sometimes I would bring chips. And during the lunch table or even in the classroom sometimes, we would just enjoy that and celebrate a mini Valentine's Day get together with like chips and candy and talk about goofy stuff. It's all about having fun. My daughter and I, we were playing and I got hit by the angle of the bed. So yeah, ignore the nose. That should be better in a couple of days. It was very critical yesterday. Today it's a little bit better. But yeah, it was very critical yesterday. So I want to ask you guys, what is your opinion on a Valentine's Day? I know Valentine's Day does not feel like anything what it used to feel like. I can promise you that. It just doesn't. It feels like an ordinary day. When I see people in this generation of 2026, it just feels like an ordinary day. And I go to Kroger. Here, happy Valentine's Day. I'll get a chocolate strawberry case. That's my Valentine's. Oh, I'm from here, America. How you doing? Just spending money. Yeah, grab yourself a chocolate strawberries from Kroger's. That's what I do. Like Valentine's Day, go grab chocolate strawberries, right? That's what I do. Here's my Valentine's Day. Got chocolate strawberries, having fun at home with my kid, right? Now, my sister's the opposite of that. She's been married a long time. Her way of Valentine's used to be fancy first couple of years, but after she realized that she'd been married a good couple of years, her days go to work, home, she got a house, nothing fancy anymore. And I look at her like, so, where's your fancy vibe? You don't have any children. You don't want any children. So she's like, I'm at work. I don't have time to go out. And now her husband's calling her that I want you to join to work with me. So I guess with time, stuff really changes. I want to ask all my subscribers, what is your opinion in Valentine's Day? Dating, self-fun, what? I like giving out roses if I can. Roses is always fun. You can give it to your friends. You can give it to your mother. You can give it to your baby. You can give it to anybody you want. It's love, right? Just take roses and give it to outsiders too. I've done that before. I had like one time, and this was a long, long time ago, right? Somebody just gave me this big bouquet, right? And I didn't know what to do with it. And I'm like, I don't have a date. What am I going to do with it? Then I seen a stranger outside and he looked so sad or whatever and down. I'm just like, oh, happy Valentine's Day. Give it to your children. I gave him that bouquet, whoever it was from. Valentine's Day, in my opinion, is just like making feel loved. It doesn't really matter who it is. Make people feel special. Welcome to your home. I mean, love is about giving, right? I'm still looking. Well, that's called solo fun. Like, okay, if you're alone, what is your vision in fun when you're alone without company? Anyone? Let's see if anybody can answer that question. What is your taste in fun? Like, if you're alone and you don't have a date, what is your taste in fun? Like, do you like to go out? Do you like to watch movies? Girls, it's okay, don't be sad. Girl, it's okay, don't be sad. No, I know how to have fun, bro. Me, it doesn't matter whether my man's here, not here, I know how to have fun. Okay, he's not the cue for me having fun. I've always been like that. And my high school friends ask me in this age that, how do you manage to enjoy this far? It feels like nothing's ever bothering you. You're okay by yourself. You're okay without boundaries, because that's how I've always been. YouTube and snacks. Yeah, movies. Pick a movie and enjoy that. Or if you have children, pick board games and fun Disney movies to watch with your children with them. Junk food. There, Valentine's Day celebration. Have your children, put on a couple of Disney movies, have junk food, have fun. I would eat snacks and watch YouTube. Hey, nobody can ever get bored of that stuff, yo. You just gotta have a vision how to do. No, I am 12. No. Am I a 12-year-old? Hey, man, when you have children, you need to make fun atmosphere with kids. And let me tell you one thing. If you're gonna stop liking Disney movies, then you can never make your child like Disney movies. I'll put it that way. If you're not gonna watch it, your kid's not gonna like it either. So sometimes you need to make a little bit room. If you want to give a perfect excuse to your child, like, why should I watch Disney movies? You don't like it, so what are you going to say? Right? You're not going to have an answer to that. And now I'm like, about to be 39 this year, and I miss all my memories from high school. I had fun being a person in high school. I feel like I had no regret. Yes, guys would ask me all the time, like, do you ever go on a date and things like that? Do you, like, whenever I see you're either reading a book, around friends eating junk food, or doing your own little thing, I'm like, I'll pick somebody eventually someday. I'm like, it's just not today. And they would always talk to me. And then whenever they would have like a breakup or something, all my friends, I'm friends with some of these people even today in my 30s. And they would tell me, oh, it didn't work and things like that. Things were going bad and things like that. And I'm just like, well, maybe high school is just not the place for dating, because there's so much around, and that doesn't mean you can't have fun. And he would look at me like, what's the concept of fun? You need to pick a partner and you need to compete with the boys and things like that. And I'm like, compete? What do you need to compete about? For what? You're your own guy. You're going to be your own person, and the right type of female that likes you will step into your life. That's the same for the girls. Why do you need to compete with other people? Valentine's Day always seemed like a competition day in high school, I swear. Or 12, huh? Yeah, I tell you, Valentine's Day in school seemed like a competition. Like, who gets the best girl, who gets the best guy, and who goes on the best date. It wasn't really a thing, how should I put it? A concept of a real date. It's a competition game. And I would always wonder, why do people do those things? I don't mean to be mean. You got a question for me? Bring it on. What's your question? It's an open topic day for Valentine's. What's your opinion in your Valentine's? Like, do you guys have your own opinions for Valentine's Day? I know in 2026 it doesn't really feel like Valentine's Day, but hey, we can try, right? Sure, what's your question, Logan? Bring it on. Bring in your question. What's your question? There, I opened up the chat. How are you doing? So what is your question, Logan? Thank you. Happy Valentine's. Yeah, this time, but with this broken nose, yeah, I'm okay not celebrating Valentine's Day. This nose is more painful than Valentine's itself. I'm okay healing this up first, then worry about Valentine's Day. You celebrated today? No. With this broken nose, I'm worried about fixing this first, then Valentine's Day. I'm not worried about Valentine's Day. I'm worried about fixing my nose. I know anybody was out there like, oh, what happened to your nose? What happened to your nose? I'm like, dude, I just got injured by the bed. It's going to be okay. And everybody's like looking at me, freaking out, like, aren't you nervous? I'm like, why would I be nervous? It's a nose. And I'm not really focused on Valentine's Day. I need to fix my nose, bro, before it gets swollen, work. And I noticed a lot of people have anxiety on Valentine's Day. They feel like their relationship's falling apart or their relationship bond's not strong anymore. That is just not true. I feel like that's not true at all. Your relationship has nothing to do with your dating system. Your relationship has to do with how you maintain it. That's not by 24/7 dating. That's through understanding. I mean, I can say that because my sister, she used to go on dates all the time with her husband, and then they used to travel too. But now she's been so long married, sometimes she goes by herself, sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes they both take off together, then travel. But that does not mean they don't know how to handle themselves. They both do. Both do. They both have their self-standards, self-boundaries, and they say it like, okay, this is what I don't want to do, and they both build an understanding together, whether you go on a date or not. The concept of a date is two people celebrating and feel good about each other, that, okay, they're okay to be with each other and go out. That's a date. But the dating part is not the part that's going to make a relationship strong. That's just called spending time. What's going to make it stronger? Understanding how you guys maintain each other, set each other's boundaries, and make each other understand the boundaries, right? That's the whole concept of one, how I see it. Right or wrong? Or did I say anything different? Or do you guys have any other opinion that you want to share with me? So this year, Valentine's Day, for those who are single, there's so much you can do. You just got to put your mind up. Go to the movies. Go to a nice restaurant, eat your favorite food. I mean, hey, you pay for it, right? Go to your favorite restaurant, eat your favorite food. There's always room to do fun stuff. We did it all the time. We did it for at least, like, before my partner, we did it for at least 5-6 years. Go with friends, no friends, we would go to our favorite restaurant and grab what we like to eat, things like that. So, but today's society, based on what's around, not a lot of people believe in those things, even though they can be a little bit healthy for you. Like, example, I can give an example that's going to help people, anybody who is single. In today's society, if you don't believe in fun for yourself, then what are you going to tell your partner? What is fun? Do you believe in fun? Fun comes from self-enjoyment first. Like I said, my high school days were fun. I never had any disagreements with my friends. Just because I wanted to with the teachers doesn't mean I had disagreement with my friends. Guys would bring roses for their girlfriends. I would always bring a box of big candy bar chocolates for all my friends and just spread away. Like, here you go. Happy Valentine's Day. Have one. They were like, why'd you bring this whole box of big chocolates? I bring like Butterfingers, Kit Kats from my mom's store. And my mom's like, these are for my customers. Why are you taking them? I'm like, I am. I'm taking it for the school kids. And I'm going to give it to them one by one. And I did. I would give them a candy bar every year. What happened to them? No, it's just like, okay, I see this all the time. If you have a partner, that's great. But you must not stop enjoying yourself either. Self-enjoyment is just as important as you having a partner, because if you were to cure somebody, you have to be alone first. So like, let's say your partner is going through anxiety. If you've been through a alone phase and you outcome that alone phase, that's the only way you can help your partner. But if you never faced an alone phase, then how are you going to help your partner? And now in this phase, there's so many people who go through this phase, but they don't know how to outcome it. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to outcome. You tell them like, okay, how are we supposed to have fun? I'm like, there's many ways to have fun. But they're like, but we're by ourselves. I'm like, so what's the matter with that? I'm like, you get a ticket, go to the movies, you go to your favorite restaurant, just enjoy it. The concept of having fun is you know how to laugh, smile, enjoy, and nobody can actually make you go through those things until you pretty much do it yourself. That's called self-enjoyment. Once you know how to enjoy, you're going to make your partner enjoy. Like, okay, we are going here, this is what we're going to do. Even the stupidest of Valentine's Day at home can seem like an enjoyment because you know how to build your atmosphere of fun. You did it by yourself for many years, so you're going to build it for your partner. Okay, let's say we don't have money. Let's say we don't have money, right? It's just money. Let's say we don't have money. I have a perfect example. Okay, we don't have money and life is not perfect right now. So if your partner, we can always tell our partner, like, look, let's decorate the house a little bit fun, watch a movie, and chill near the fire. Perfect. You don't need money to do those things. You just need self-mind to do those things. You don't need money to do any of those things. Just a self-taste of mind. What to do with your partner at home. If you want fun, get a ticket, go to a restaurant, but in the end, get a drunk. Yes, some people do that too. That's normal. You can try. I love to do that so many times. Hey, old-fashioned way to have fun, that could never get boring, guys. Trust me. Get a snow. If it's snowing someplace, fireplace, in a movie with your date. And get like a tiny table and make a little dinner at home and tell her you have a Valentine's Day directly at home without having to concept of money. Movie, date, if you want a dating way, set a little table, have dinner together and watch a movie at home. It gets boring, then your partner will want someone else. That is not true, bro. That is not true at all. I come from the 1990s and I've seen so many people still date their one and only partner from high school. But I guess in this society, things are very different. And people feel like money's everything. If you have money, you need to impress your partner. That is so not true. Okay, I'll ask you an example. What if you take your partner to a fancy restaurant, right? And she or he does not like the food. Then what are you going to do? You took it because it's fancy, but what if they don't like the food? So how are you going to feel about your money? I really want to know that. How are you going to feel about that? Is it because fancy? Because you want it to be fancy? Or is it because you'd rather have both of you having a good time, rather fancy or no fancy? I'm telling you, last year, was it? This was last year, newly in 2025. And one of my friends, she didn't have a boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, why don't me and you go out to a fancy restaurant like Patio by La Basha and get some food, right? What happened to her? Did she forgot to wash? No! I got a cut. This is a cut over here. It's a cut on my nose. Ignore that. It's going to take a couple of days to recover. I've been putting on moisturizer and lotion a lot on this to shrink it. It's much better than yesterday. Yesterday it was swollen. Right now it's a little bit dried up, but it's still going to take a couple of days to cure. So I told her, let's go out on a fancy restaurant. Okay, you don't have your boyfriend right now. Let's all the girls go have some fun. And she's like, okay. So on Valentine's Day, it was me and my best friend, and we got like nice lemonades, fancy food, and just enjoyed and talked about our lives. But normal people do that. Okay, if we don't have a partner, let's talk about each other's lives, goals, and how stuff going. And sometimes people need that. She's scolding someone right now. I'm not scolding anybody, guys. This is your day. Share your experience. Share your experience. What is your experience in a perfect Valentine? I mean, There's a lot of things people need to understand about Valentine's. It just does not always come from relationships. It comes from, but also how you maintain your life. I mean, I see many people without partners and just pure have fun on Valentine's Day, and they it's feel like they have no regret. And when you ask them like, okay, are you gonna go on a date? And they're like, no, we're good. We're just having fun. I got engaged on Valentine's Day. Well, you have a purpose to celebrate. You got engaged. You have a purpose to celebrate because you he or she, whoever your girlfriend or boyfriend is, and proposed to you on Valentine's Day. That gives you a purpose to always remember Valentine's Day. Without the engagement, it's an ordinary day, but you have a reason to remember Valentine's Day. I watched a live stream an hour ago, and he said Valentine's Day is a dynamic road to a pretty bad experience till now. That is because nowadays Valentine's Day does not really seem like Valentine's Day. It really doesn't. People are so focused. Either Valentine's Day seems like an impression day with your partner, or a money standard day, and it doesn't feel like an ordinary day. Or those who don't have anything, they feel like Valentine's Day is just an ordinary day. When that's not true. Just because you don't have anything doesn't mean you can't enjoy. And there's many ways to enjoy. Let's say, example, your partner has to go out of town, and he or she can't make it to be with you. So now, would you cry at home alone just because your partner's not with you on Valentine's Day and melt a little emotions? Or would you rise up and have fun? Like, oh, hey, I'm cooking something fancy. My date's not here, or husband's not here, or whoever's not here. Let's go. We're going to cook with children and put on a movie and just enjoy and be funny and goofy. That's Valentine's Day. It's all about having fun. What's with your face? Yeah, I got a cut. I got a cut on my nose. It happened yesterday. I've been hit from the bed. Yeah. Saint Valentine's Day, he was a patron saint of love. Okay, love means love, okay? You can give it to your dog. You can give it to orphans. You can give it to children. You can give it to your partner. You can give it to your friends, your family. Love is love. It doesn't specifically need to be your partner. I mean, Valentine's Day is not specifically a couple's day, how couples show it. It's a day to show love to whoever you desire. It can be a pet. It can be your friends. It can be your family. It can be even you if you desire that you love your precious time and you love to express your love on your own. Yeah. Don't give love to your neighbor, wife. You guys are funny. That's sad and lonely. Not necessarily. Okay. Sad and lonely means you don't know how to have fun at all. And you need to be happy through somebody. But that's not life. That's sad and lonely. That if you do not know how to be happy, you're pretty much expecting somebody to make you happy. No. You need to be happy regardlessly. You need to find things to help your health, make you happy, make you feel strong, self, and proud for standing where you are. That is so important. And that not true. It's love between a man and a woman. That comes eventually in someone's life, but that doesn't mean you stop living. That's in and yang yang kompanda. That's what God wants. Okay, look. Love enters people's life in the most unexpected way. Okay? It's never the way you expect it. Sometimes it can be a blind book that you never pictured about. Like, for example, blind book means someone you met off the internet or someone you met in person and you really felt you had no connection with, but you attracted anyway. Those are loves, okay? But first, even falling in love, you have to build an understanding with who you're meeting with, right? Right or wrong? Love is love. The feelings don't stop for a person, but to help you survive, you build an understanding, right or wrong. And I've seen many couples, okay, sometimes they want to change for the partner. Sometimes they want to go back to their old partner, like, oh, I've changed and I want to start over. But in the end, until both people are convinced, it just never works. Both couple have to be convinced on each other's roads. And I learned that the hard way. All right? Which is why many people ask me, like, oh, why do you get to go alone? Doesn't your husband ever get mad at you? No, he don't. Because I give him his space too. I don't really interfere in his life. If he needs to go alone, he goes alone. My sister learned that the hard way too. When she has no children and she doesn't want any children, that okay, if they both respect each other and they respect each other's space, things actually work. They both bought a house together. They don't want any children, and they both pretty much go travel together when they're both off. If both of them not are off, then my sister just hangs out with her friends. That's their way of life. You know? It's just a point of perspective. And there's so much you can do on Valentine's Day, partner or no partner. It's all about the taste of your mind. Both need to be convinced who's going to fetch the beer next time or marriage is doomed. You guys are funny. So what do you expect from this Valentine's Day, knowing how stuff is a little bit dead these days? A lot of chaotic stuff. So what do you expect from this Valentine's Day? Did you ever talk back to your husband? What happened to your face? Oh, he took a picture of me and he's going to get me medicine today. He got scared. He was like, what happened? I'm like, it's fine. He got scared. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It'll get better. I'm the calm person. He freaks out a lot. I don't really freak out with these things. No domestic violence, armies. But you know, that's good. I realized that sometimes when you help build an understanding with your partner, you give each other spaces, you don't enforce each other, that builds a healthy, strong relationship. It always does. Sometimes space and giving each other space helps. I know I've did that many times. She scolds him a lot instead of, I guess, no, I don't get in his way. Yeah, if he's wrong sometimes, I'll tell him off. That's every girl. It's not just me, it's every girl. Like my sister, she married her classmate who's 2 years younger than her. And sometimes she gets to know, like, Asif, why don't you do this? Asif, why don't you do that? When she's the most educated, when she graduated better, but sometimes she tells her partner off, like, man, why'd you do this? But they still get along. Money at the end of the day still comes to money, and why would even argue with have money? That's true. Word loop. Money is kind of like a cherry piece, guys. Okay, if you have the money to impress your partner, good job, but that's not going to help your problem. No, money is for like survival. Like, let's see if I can give an example. Okay, if you want a better living for your children, so you need money to get like a house or something like that. Let's say you have 2-bedroom apartment and you have like 5 kids and yourself, right? So sometimes it's hard for guys and girls to come to a change, like, okay, we need to do something better for our kids. So get a house, save up for a house because they're running out of space with that many children. That's something different. But 24/7 money to impress your partner, that's another story. Versus groceries, yeah, there are going to be some disagreements there. What's up, Vegas? How you doing? Only parents won't care much about the money, but everybody else would be relatives, siblings, or friends. Well, I would say that's every family, not just one family. Many families, no matter who you are, they know how much money you have, how much success have you made throughout the years. I know nowadays people, they do not be with friends just because they come from a messed up background or something like that, or if they don't have enough money, they would just like kind of like blow you off. And that's what I don't understand. That's not how life should be in any sort of way. Just because a friend does not have enough money doesn't mean you should blow off that friend. It will gain it one day. Like, I have done this before many times, okay? Because I took many of my friends out. And sometimes those friends who did not have the money, I would pay for. And many of my friends would get mad that, hey, why are you paying for it? It's not your place. I'm like, just relax, guys. I got this. I'll pay for the person. It's okay. They're like, you know, you're wasting too much money on this person. Why don't they pay themselves? And I'm like, it's all right. We're inviting people to have a fun time. We are not looking at people's wallets who have money and who doesn't have money. And I would do it. And I would tell my friends who didn't have the money, like, look, it's okay. It's okay if some people are mad at you, thinking you never paid the bill or anything like that. Just come. I got you covered. And I would take it. I live in a different world. I want like 4 wives. 4 wives mean double the money, honey. So make sure you have money to afford them. Without the money, you won't be able to manage them. I'll put it that way. And when you have 4 wives, you have triple the children. Are you Muslim by chance? Any chance? Yes, I am. Everybody knows that on my channel, but I'm not from the third world who's currently coming in America. I know nothing about them. And I never grew up in their atmosphere, so that ain't me. And I have nothing to do with them. So, honestly, people, so like in Valentine's Day, tell me what is your wish? Not you, I meant like Luke. Guys, teasing each other. What is your vision in Valentine's Day? Come on, give me one. Single, not single, married, friends. What do you want to do for Valentine's Day? I gave some money. I want to know your opinion. Like, what is the true concept of Valentine's Day? Now, I just want an extravagant lifestyle. Nothing wrong with that. It's legal under Sharia for me and a wife. Why I said that? Hey, man. I say this all the time. It really doesn't matter. You don't need some boundaries to have a simple, good Valentine's Day. You can even do it at home. Just put on a movie, make a fancy 1 or 2 dinner, or eat junk food, have your kids together and your husband. Ta-da! Valentine's Day. I don't know why people feel like Valentine's Day is like a national holiday for couples only. When love, it's not a couple's day. It's a love day for everyone. That's what I don't get about people. Like, they think love is to couples only. That's so not true. Love means you show it to your neighbor, you can show it to your grandmother, you can show it to your mother, you can show it to your best friends, and just have fun. Pure fun. That's love of Valentine's Day, not specifically being a couple. And I know that because I used to get made fun of all the time, and my friends in school, they would laugh at me, who were girls too, like, girl, are you ever gonna let a guy come into your life? And I'm like, I'll think about it. I never said no. And I'm like, they're like, okay, would you go out with me now? What if I need to get you something? I'm like, boy, I'm not into dating right now in high school. This is just not my thing. Because every few weeks there was a breakup problem. Or a girl wanted another guy's boyfriend. I'm just like, that is just not me. And I would listen to guys and girls' problems back and forth. And I would be like, okay, what happened to your relationship now? And things like that. And then, yeah, so I would stay away from that stuff. Like, I'm just not ready for that stuff. But I would have fun with my friends regardlessly. And step away from the dating concept in the early days of high school. I knew how to have fun, yo. Invite people to my house, girls, make them have fun, dinner party, things like that, all that stuff. I did all those things. There's nothing I didn't do. Yeah, I gotta cut out my nose. How you do? I gotta cut out my nose. Me and my daughter were playing. It got cut. No, I got cut from the bed. The bed? That's what I... More subscribers to your channel. Hello, new subscribers. Come on aboard. So I want people to remember that Valentine's Day is a personal day, a taste of your mind. A taste of your mind. Now, you can celebrate it with your partner. You can celebrate it with your family. You can celebrate it with your best friend. It doesn't matter if she or she's a boy or a girl. I'm from America. I thought I answered this question before. And once you do, the more you do, it's like you're opening a painting, right? You're showing people a vision, how to have fun. And eventually, the more and more you do it, somebody will eventually would want to be a part of you. Like, oh, look, you're so creative. Look, you know how to have fun. Because people note that stuff. Like, how are you this alone and having so much fun? People note that stuff. And they ask, like, okay, how do you do it? What is your technique? How did you been having fun so long? And eventually, at some point of life, without you asking for attention, eventually somebody will be one a part of your life. That's how I see it. She sounds out of country. I thought you were from Colombia. I'm not from Colombia. You asked me that before too. I'm from here, America. I've never been to Colombia in my life. I thought I answered this like so many times on my streams when you guys asked me that. I'm from... I'm new, by the way. Nice to meet you. Come on in. I know. I'll tell you something funny. It'll make sense, okay? Some people think I'm Iranian. Some people think I'm Indian. Some people think I'm Mexican. Some people think I'm now suddenly out of nowhere Colombian. Some people think I'm Jewish. And the funny thing is, nobody ever thinks that I'm a Muslim. And I just laugh at that. Is there any other ethnic group they want to put me in there? They'll probably think of me that too. But never a Muslim. It's the funniest thing ever, but yes. And I'm used to it now. Because I get told so much to a point that people are just like, we never pictured you like that. That's right. Nobody pictures me ever a Muslim. Ever. What's your ethnicity exactly? Okay. I was born in America. My parents, my parents are Pakistanis, and they came here in the early 1960s. My uncle already came here in the 1950s with the newer presidents and the early 1990 presidents. He was friends with all of them. And yeah, and then all my cousins, family members, they were all born in America. Yeah. Oh, we have never seen any other country. Yes, visiting is another thing, just like Israelis go to their country to visit. But originally, this is our house. Lifestyle comes from here, traditions, everything. Any other questions for me? Sounds like no. So, I don't know. If it wasn't for my nose, I'd probably go do something for Valentine's Day, but yeah. How, Manu? How you doing? Nice to meet everybody. I just know, always remember, Valentine's Day is not a day for people to feel sad. It's nothing to feel sad about if you're by yourself. I know there's some people who will sit in the blues and be like, we still don't have a partner today. That's not good. Valentine's Day is to show love. Feel happy about it. Show what you do the most. And show the spirit of love. It can be with your parents. It can be with your daughter. It can be with your best friends who you hang out every day of your life. And it's also a way to express yourself that, hey, I want to wear this today. So excited, going to a fancy restaurant by myself. It's a way to express joy. That's what I say to all my friends. If Valentine's Day was a couple's day, then it will be a national couples billboard since the day was made. But it's not. It's to show the spirit of love to many creatures. If you have rose, and you feel somebody's down in the blues, just give it a rose. Give it a rose to make it feel happy. That's the spirit of love. You don't need a specific partner to teach you those things. That's a self-mind taste. I like Christmas. If I can have a Christmas every day, I would. I love the songs. Okay? The songs, the holiday drinks of Christmas. I always enjoy that time. And sometimes I even take like a coffee and I will go downtown in Houston with the coffee and just enjoy the Christmas lights, listening to those songs. Best vibe, bro. Just take a camera, coffee, and walk downtown with those Christmas carols. Best thing. I do that sometimes. But once you don't know how to do these things, which is really important for your health, by the way. Yeah, I'm from Texas. All this shit is really important. If you don't know how to do it, there's no way you can possibly tell your partner the same advice. Or even your best friends. If they come to you every day that, hey, how do I get out of this situation? I feel down. Self-treatment is just as important. I call it self-treatment love. Until you attract with yourself, enjoy the way life is, and teach people to love the same way, that, hey, let's go here, let's have fun, then life is not going to feel, it's going to feel a little wobbly for you. What do you call a Batman walks out to church Christian Bell? I can't answer that. I'm not a Christian. And I neither am any intentions do I want to insult anybody on here. So I'm probably not the person to ask that. Damn, I was just in Texas, like a nighttime air. Texas is okay. It's all right. It's not too bad. Like even today is Valentine's Day, and it seems like everybody's just in their house. Nobody's doing anything. Like max, I would say the only people have done is probably go to Kroger and buy some chocolate strawberries for the house. Everybody else, they're pretty much in their house. Nobody's really doing anything. Like I said, Valentine's does not feel like what it used to be, but those who do know how to have fun, they have fun regardless, with or without a partner. It's just their way to get around and share their children. Like, hey kids, we're going here today. Let's have some fun. Yeah, my daughter made me a paper card. She made me a paper card, and she's like, I made this card for you, and I took it when she just made it out of paper. What's something in your life that really shaped you that you are today? Well, that's a good question, and I'll be happy to answer that. Okay, number one, I've always hung out with many people. I never judged anybody specifically. It's not my nature. I've hung out with different groups. Like, what I mean by different group is like Christians, Muslims, Jews, Mexicans, and learn stuff about them and learn a little bit about them as more and more I got older. Oh, there's not one group I would say I've never hung out with, right? Different people who I grew up with. Yeah, I told you I fell. So after growing up with mixed circles and getting to know them, understanding their views, and hanging out with them without any rejection, it kind of built who I am. And I'm proud about it. I have no regret, because now, based on who I am, I'm eligible to pretty much go anywhere. And even though some people think that I'm now the new thing on the book, some people think I'm Jewish. I'm not Jewish, I'm a Muslim. But hey, mixed personality helps you fit through with anybody, right? It just comes from who you hung out with. And I hung out with many people. It's not just one sect of people, many people. Dang, Jose Blunt F. You guys are so funny. And I feel like it's important. You hang out with every group, because the more and more you get older, and in the future, if you meet a different sect of group, you blend in with them, you get to know them, and you learn a little bit about them. And based on where you come from, hanging out with different people, that gives you an estimated, what's the perfect word? How to react. You know how to behave around them, because you've already been through the atmosphere like that with different people. Thank you. But yeah, that I didn't grow up with one sect of people. I grew up with many. Many. What's up? And I'm proud about it. I have no shame about it. I'm proud, because if it wasn't for that, I honestly think I could not be able to go into the Israeli culture if I did not come from all this mixed background with people, sitting with them, hanging out with them, going out with them, and learning their culture foods. Like, I didn't used to eat Iranian food, but when I moved to Texas and I tried different type of Iranian foods, that's when you can say I started eating Iranian foods. Before I didn't. New York, I didn't know anything about tacos, okay? I only knew Taco Bell, that was it. When I moved to Texas, I learned there were different type of tacos. So like when I speak to different type of Mexicans, I could talk about tacos. No, but my name means Iran. I didn't know that. My name is Iranian, but I did not know that. But yeah, I'm not from Iran. You gotta go eat some oxtails. What's that? Pasta. Pasta I learned mostly from New York. Deer meat burgers are good too. Yes, Texas, another thing I learned about Texas, they have different type of burgers. New York does too, but Texas has its own thing. Did you learn about different types of guns in Texas? Oh, not my place. I didn't get into any of that stuff. Not at all. I don't know anything like that. Yeah, you need a gun. Oh, no. I'm good. If the day I carry a gun, I'm going to have the big T on my face. That, oh, she's a Muslim terrorist. That's why I never want a gun. No. I'm good without a gun. They're going to call me a Muslim terrorist with a gun. So I'm okay without a gun. Don't want one. There are 50 favorite here. So based on all that, yes, I have grown up with many different people. And I am not ashamed about it. It kind of created who I am. And I've been through many conflicts of life too. It taught me a lot. And based on the stuff that I have been through, it's easy for me to share. It's a piece of cake if you look at it. I've faced many challenges. I have. Very, very difficult challenges. But it built who I am today. Have you ever been to Europe? No. I don't think I've been to Europe. I think my uncle from Canada has. I've never been to Europe. Why, you guys want to go to Europe? What's in Europe? Can you guys give us a story? It's story time. I can share stories. I'll share one story. I like cooking. I picked up cooking in the age of 10. Yes, I cooked up cooking in the age of 10. Yeah, but I'll share an interesting story. Okay, so this is not an easy story, but I'll give it a try, all right? They say you give people chances. So in my early life, when I was like 18 years old, and I knew this guy, right? And I gave him a chance. We used to meet each other at weddings, everything, and he proposed. He wanted to marry me. So I said yes, like, okay, fine. Why not? Okay? It turned out, keep listening to the story. It's more of a horror story, but yeah. So then he took me, and then he wanted to take me away from my parents to New York, and he worked where my dad's store used to be. Everything. Did you ever imagine doing it with your brother? What are you talking about, bro? This dude is not my brother. I don't know where you got that from. Okay, so anywho, it turned out he lied about his identity, he lied about his age, and he lied about a lot of things. He turned out that he had anger management problems, and he had some type of record that he'd been to jail before or whatever. So he took my communication, he took almost everything from me that I couldn't contact my family, and he would lock me up in a room and beat me up. Now, people wonder sometimes, how did I get out? Was he hot at least? No, he was not hot. No. So my parents found out, and boy, oh boy, they were not happy about that. So then they ended up giving him threats that we're going to send you to jail, which they did. And my cousins went to Snyder's Lake to literally beat him up and stuff, but then he called the police. So even after going back to my parents beaten up, they're like, we're never going to go back to that man again. He's an abuser, and he beats your face up. You can't even open your eyes. But as somebody who known the guy, and he was crying on the telephone, this is where you know that somebody's playing you or not. So I gave him a chance anyway. Okay, I went back, and my parents were not happy about that. They were really, 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 really mad at me. That why did you go back to him? Why did you give him another chance? Second time I got free, I probably would have been dead. Second time I got free through a doctor. Doctor found out that the bruises on my body were from him, and they're like, these are abuse marks, and you need to, did that man hit you? And I couldn't lie anymore. I'm like, yeah, he did. So after that, it was over, and his sister bought me, who was pregnant with twins, and she's like, as a doctor, you should know better that this is forbidden policy to not to abuse your patients, and you're a doctor. You work here in America. Do you not know that it's a law not to abuse the patients? And she was quiet because she could have lost her job. So that was the end of me, and I ended up going, and then, yeah, my dad found out, and he sent him to about 7 years of prison. And yeah, 7 or 8 years of prison. Then when I had my baby, he wrote me, his girl wrote me, like, what can you tell me about this guy, and what do you know about him? Please let me know. And I just told her one answer. And I'm like, look, if you're smart, understand that he's nobody's friend. He beats up females. I didn't lie to her. Now, she can be in love with him all she wants. I told him that if he wasn't abusive, I would not need to meet somebody else. But he was abusive, and he would beat up females. And I told her, if your parents are smart, do not say yes to the NICA papers, and don't say yes to a period. Now, I haven't heard from that girl since the day of my delivery. I don't know if she's dead. Did they beat her up, or what they do to her? And it makes me cautious sometimes. And yeah, she's unknown. It just shows that sometimes when you want to be somebody's friend and you want them for the better, sometimes people learn the hard way, but then it's too late. Yeah, I did warn her. I did warn her. She was scared. She gave me the voice note. I'm like, what are you doing in there? I'm like, run away, escape to someone's house. Do not sign those papers. He's going to kill you. And she was unknown. After a few days later, when I had my delivery, I went into my Facebook to see, is she still there? And it turned out her Facebook was deactivated. And I'm like, what has happened? Like, where'd she disappear to? And yeah, her Facebook disappeared. And unknown she became. I don't know, was it him or her? Like, but she gave me his voice note, and I told her, if you are smart, you will not say yes to his marriage. And I don't know what happened to her after that. So there's a lot of experiences I experienced in life that it's not easy telling people the truth, even if it's what's best for them. But in the end, it is their choice to make a choice, no matter what advice you have given to them. Did you find someone better? Yeah, I'm fine. I have a child now. We've been together almost, this is going to be 18 years for us. Yeah. It's really worst year. Yes, it's hard because when you want to help somebody for the better, people don't see it the easy way. They always see it the hard way. If they see it the easy way, then you wouldn't have to try this hard to make people understand, but they don't. The more harder that you get, people get the wrong idea. Have you guys seen the movie Fall For Me? The new movie on Netflix, Fall For Me, right? There are two sisters, and they fall for two guys. And watch the movie Fall For Me. I'll type it. Watch this movie and learn from this movie. This movie on Netflix. Fall For Me. Netflix, okay? Watch this movie. So two girls who live an ordinary life, right? They have a big house, fancy house from their moms, and they live single in that house, right? So two guys go after them and manipulate those girls. So the second one is deeply in love with the man, and she's just like crazy for him, deep as hell. And then the oldest one, no, it's kind of like a porn movie, but it's something to learn from. So the oldest sister, she finds out, she sees like a hotel ad that the guys that worked for are like the guy that's her boyfriend and her sister's boyfriend. They're part of a hotel commercial project, and they want to buy her mom's house, like sell out the house and make a hotel over there. Nobody beat me up. I got hit from the bed. So like, then the oldest sister wants to break up with the guy and then tells her sister the same. And the youngest sister does not listen. She's like, you're trying to get in between my date and you want to ruin it for me and things like that. She tells her that, no, they want our property. We need to get away from these guys. What they didn't know is there was a lady who paid those two to have sex with those girls, to manipulate them and have a sign for the property. It looks pretty bad, bro. Apply some meds. I know. Yeah, I put lotion right. It's a little dried up now, but yeah, let me give you a clip. But that's the movie you guys want to see. All right? So when the two sisters, the oldest one is very serious. The second one's pretty affected. The second one was the worst. The second guy's boyfriend, he was the worst. He would cheat her. He would make out with another female, and he would blow her off. One day, she was sleeping in bed, and he found out that he left. And she's like looking for him, like, where did he go? And she can't find him. He left. Left her hanging in bed. After taking the sign, everything he has ever wanted from her, given, he left. It's a lesson. That movie's a lesson, bro. People really need to, if you have something good and powerful, never give it away, because people will never return it. What happened to your face? Is everything fine? Yeah, I got cuts from my bed. And what are we doing here? We were talking about Valentine's Day. We were talking about Valentine's Day, then how Valentine's Day as of now feels like an ordinary day compared to what it used to feel like. And yeah, my nose injury. That was on my title. He was going meeting a woman, stealing money and shit. Yeah, you should watch it. Fall For Me. It's a really good movie. You'll like it. That the two girls had a really big house by a view, and there were people who wanted to buy that house and build a hotel on her mom's property. So the older sister found out, and boy, did she get pissed at her sister. That don't go any further than that. That is something you guys would want to watch. Talk about sex, feeling good in sex, and turned out the guys you were having sex with worked for a girl who wants another girl's property. Very spicy movie. What's your favorite? I have many. I like horror movies, some porn movies, and I like Bollywood movies too. Just depends on the story. I'm all about the story, bro. If the story's good, I'll watch it. If the story's not, what do we call you to rise? Call me anything you want. Like I said, I have a million things to talk about, but I think this was the most interesting today for Valentine's Day. That Valentine's Day, never stop having fun. Bollywood, are you Indian? No. But the thing is, okay, you know the actress Aishwarya Rai, right? And Priyanka Chopra, their hometown before she married Nick, their hometown was India. Later they moved to Hollywood movies and transferred. So there were some Bollywood movies that I grew up with because of my parents, but I don't like all of them. I mostly like the old movies, nothing related to the new movies. I hate the new movies. I find them extremely boring. Which one's your favorite of all? No, I don't. Which you like is romance, action, I like horror, comedy, Marvel, some romance. Yeah. Watch B movies. I have many. I don't know which one's my favorite. It all depends on what I'm in a mood for. Texas. Okay, so let me... X-Men, I love X-Men. I can never get bored of X-Men. So, any more questions that my subscribers have? What is their taste for Valentine's? Oh, your parents are Indian? So, no, they're not Indian. They're Pakistani. Pakistani background, not Indian. My niece, she married somebody from India. Belfast, another island. You're pretty. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions that you guys have specifically that you want to talk about, specifically related to Valentine's Day? Trust me, even though today feels like my background is Pakistani due to parents, but I'm born in America. No, I'm here. I live in Texas. Grew up here, born here, went to school here, made friends here, all that stuff. I mean, it's the same thing like, okay, I'm not fully aware of what's the difference, my bad. Any other question, guys, that you want to share your opinion, what Valentine's Day should be like? Hey, America opened a cricket team, right? America does go for playing cricket. Only been to Colorado. Next place I want to go is British Columbia in Canada. I love that place. That's probably where I want to go next in the summer, but yeah, just another day, girl. Right? That's what I'm telling everybody. Valentine's Day does not feel like a romantic day anymore. It just feels like an ordinary day. Visit Moldova, my home country. Where's that at? I'm 38. I'm going to be 39 this year. Visit Moldova, my house country. Is that in Canada? Moldova? Is that in Canada? I want Europe. Yes. What happened to your face, darling? Oh, I got cut from the bed. There was a school shooting in British Columbia, unheard of. I know everybody said I look 22. But like, yeah, you're shooting. When was that at? When did you hear that news that there was a massive shooting in British Columbia? A lot of us don't get really Canada news, so yeah. We got American news, but yeah, you need a new bed or a mattress. Thanks, guys. It's cool. It should be fixed by next week a little bit. But I want people to understand that this Valentine's Day, even though we all been through October 7th and massive wars all over the world, never stop having fun. About Canada, I have a country Vibe house, another country in Moldova. You're a big dumb sorry, all love. Hey, guys, just remember, never lose your spirit of fun. That's what's going to help you get around. That's what's going to help. That's actually healthy for you. And it's always going to make your day better. Never stop doing your formal activities that you do. Whether Valentine's or no Valentine's. Learn to have healthy meal at your house, even if you don't like it. And just be yourself. And one day, eventually, if somebody likes your style, hey, you already lived. You know how to live. If somebody wants to be part of your style, welcome it in. Otherwise, you know how to survive, right? That's what I tell all my friends. And my friend, I ask her this sometimes, that if you and your boyfriend don't get along, she told me, like, nah, if we don't get along and we are not meant to be together, She told me that I'm okay being single. She's like, whenever I'm meant to be a parent, I'll become one because she wants a baby. But she also tells me that I'm satisfied being single too. That doesn't mean I have any regret for my life, which is a healthy part. As long as you're maintained for your life. And yeah, because if your partner didn't like it, that's your partner's problem. But you like your life, right? Right? Your happiness is yours. It doesn't depend on it. Exactly. You need to know how to make yourself happy. It's for self-health and stuff. And if your partner likes your life the way it is, then somebody eventually will enter. Is it hard to live in America? Luke, go down to the bad character. She tried double backflip on a time plane. I'm never married or have kids. Kids, they're a blessing, but you have to raise them the right way. It's a lot of responsibility. But yeah, is it hard to live in America? I would just say be happy with the current friends that you got. Life is not simple right now to welcome new friends unless if they trust you based on what the hate's around. But that doesn't mean you still stop living your ordinary life. You need to make the best of it. Helping people or giving to people is a good cause, is a nice. I want to see how pronounce my name. I want to see how you pronounce my name. Oh, I sound a little funny because my tongue's a little bit cut. But like, okay. Paramisha Aya Valasa. Did I say that right? Have you experienced racism there? Right now, I'm not going to say there isn't any. There is, but I just kept myself away from it. I'm not getting too involved into that. I'm just not. I just say do good, spread good, welcome people even if you don't like it. Rest, time will teach for itself. That's how I see it. Don't hate anybody because hate is around. Like, let's say, for example, I've seen many people, some are mad at Jews, some are mad at Palestinians. I don't care. Welcome anybody anyway, because the more you do, eventually people can't live in hate. You just can't. Life is not going to go that way. Nobody can live in hate permanently. Those who do, then the mirror flashes and they look wrong. So that's why I just keep myself away from that stuff. She fell off the bed. Stop asking. I love your accent. And where are you from? I'm from here. My parents are Pakistani. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the world. Yeah, no kidding. A lot to learn about the world. My bottom line is during this time, ignore the hate. If you have few friends, be thankful and just do what you do. But don't live in the hate because the world wants you to hate. World changes. This is right from my own Christian friends. I'm like listening to him and I buy from him coffee from him every day. And he's like, according to his tradition, I don't know what type of Christian he was, but he does tell me that world rotates every few decades. That's how God has written things. Nothing will ever remain the same. And I'm like, why do you say that? Are you happy for a change? Are you scared? Like, what's in your mind? And he would tell me, no matter what changes come, I'm still going to continue my faith and live the way I do. That's the best thing I can do as a Christian. I'm like, okay. We had a bad summer last year and for racism, Beltswood and Balmania. Right now, I don't know which direction we are going, but I just hope stuff gets better. I mean for everybody. I don't mean specifically just me or the Jews or leaving the Christians left out or atheist people. No, I mean everybody. Because you can't survive hating other people. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your mental stability. Nothing. One word for India. India, I would say I have Indian friends. I have nothing against them. Yeah, I would like to visit India someday. But India in the next few years, maybe it's going to go through its own phase. It may be economically powerful, but that doesn't mean it's not going to face certain phase. That's how I see it. That's what I told all my Indian friends. Have you heard of Sadhguru? Sadhguru. Yes, my Indian friends talk about it. I've heard of it. Heard of it. So it's just a lot of things, guys. I just know that, like, at this point, we need to stop worrying about the hate. The world changes from God's order. It's not by us. I mean, hey, if I wanted to reverse time, you know where I would want to be right now? I would want to be in Albany, New York, where my school was, where my old house was, where my old friends were. But the time, unfortunately, it doesn't reverse for anyone. I wish. That's how I see it. Any other questions, guys? And I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's. Just go have fun. Make yourself a smoothie, a movie, anything. Just enjoy the spirit of Valentine's Day. Britain historically took a lot of money from India. I did not know that. I haven't heard that history, but maybe one day, if anybody's, someone from India is willing to talk about the history on my channel, I'll bring him in. How about it? Deal? I'll bring somebody in to educate this history regarding Britain. Any other question, guys, that you have concerns that you want to talk about? And I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Remember, the key to Valentine's Day is not a partner. The key to Valentine's, let's show your love, enjoy the spirit, show love and be happy, and show celebration. Love is, it can be anywhere. Even the simplest chocolate treat can make you happy. Me? Oh, thank you. I'm fine. This should be recovered by next week, I hope. Yeah, your point of view is Pakistan. No, I didn't bring up Pakistan. I didn't bring any of that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. And neither did I bring this up anything. Hi, is there Sunday holiday? Today's Sunday? I believe today's Sunday. Yeah, I want to meet your friends. Most of them live in New York. I have some in Texas too, but not the ones that I have in New York. I'm not even sure if some of those friends still live in New York now. I think they moved to like places like Boston, Massachusetts, Florida. Most of the friends who I grew up with move out of New York. I don't even know who's there now. Did you get anything today for Valentine's Day? Nah, just kisses from my daughter. That's it. Everywhere is going national. Are you from the West? Yes, I am. I'm from the West. Any other questions? Touchdown, Houston. Yeah. Touchdown, Houston. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready to close the stream, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Valentine's Day and understand what we talked about today is that never feel left out on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a concept how you express yourself and how you have fun. And it can be with yourself, anybody you want, your family, your friends, a partner, even just yourself. So I hope people understand that, and I hope you guys enjoyed today. Do you like to talk? Yes, I do. Next time. Next time. Right now, this stream is over. It's already been an hour. Next time, we will talk again. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and enjoy it the best way you possibly can with anything.